Greetings, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to another video. I trust that you have been doing well. Before we go ahead and get started, I did want to mention a few things regarding the energies. So please note that this is a general reading for those who resonate with the sign of Sagittarius, meaning it will not resonate with everyone out there. If this is not your story, please do not try to make it fit. Tarot is energy work, so we want to ensure that we're using it responsibly and maturely. And so we give forth great love and honoring. Let's go ahead and begin your reading. So, Sagittarius, we're going to first start here with one card from the theme deck. So we're going to kind of get a look at the mood or the atmosphere or, the general theme, if you will, of the month of September or any time that you receive this message. All right, so the card that we got is weather or natural events. To me, right away, this card very much speaks to and is similar to the Tower card in terms of tarot. So this is just speaking to something coming in that was unexpected. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's good nor bad, but we'll definitely get a lot more information to see what this could be. But there's definitely an element of surprise or something unknown being revealed. Okay, so it says, what's urgent in your life? What's making you feel overwhelmed and is out of your control? And are you worried about how you will survive a major change? Okay, so definitely there's going to be something, some sort of information, news, or words, something that's coming in that's definitely going to alter your perspective on things, okay? So let's see what else we have here. And on the bottom, for those of you who are curious to know, we have communication. So it says, what are you having difficulty communicating? Do you feel emotionally disconnected? Or what is not working smoothly in your life? But more importantly, this does speak to, as you can see here, we have this globe. So it does speak to, and I think there's envelopes. So essentially, this could be speaking to email, it could be speaking to text message, whatever the case may be. There's something, some sort of message that's being sent via, I would say, some form of technology, or some sort of clarity that's coming through. But either way, there's definitely some sort of information that's coming through to you, Sagittarius, and I'm really seeing that it's going to really change up things for you. So let's see and get more information regarding this. All right. So we'll pull one more card from the reading cards and then we'll go ahead and begin the reading. But definitely so far, it looks like some of you are going to be getting communication in terms of your romantic, intimate life. So we will definitely see as to who this could potentially be for you and how you should approach that situation. So we have here on the bottom 50 freedom, and it says free yourself from limiting beliefs and attitudes, be an advocate for freedom so others can be free to pursue their dreams, and unshackle the chains that bind you from being the person you want to be. Okay, so this is really speaking to being authentic, being true to yourself, and being true to what you really want. So perhaps this is what's going to come into question in terms of this communication. Perhaps some of you are already in a communication with somebody and it's really stirred up things for you in terms of your personal life. So we will see more as to what this could be. And on the bottom we have journey, okay, and it says, do things in a different way, take a new route, okay? Believe your life is only part of one long journey and be prepared for an adventure. So for some of you, you may be traveling perhaps for work or to visit family or something of this nature, and or somebody could be coming to visit you. So there's definitely some sort of news of somebody coming through here, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead here and pull some cards from the Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle deck, and then we'll go ahead and get, my apologies, let me fix this here. I do hope that didn't affect the first part of your reading there. All right, so we're going to pull 3 cards here from the Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle, and then we'll go ahead and see what's going on for the feminine energies, what is going on for the masculine energies, what the dynamic is, and then we will also check to see any additional information and close it off with some oracle cards. All right away. So the first card for you, Gemini, we have is children. So it says your love life is being affected by children. So perhaps for some of you, you have children with a person. Oh, sorry, I just said Gemini, but this is Sagittarius's video. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could have children with a Gemini, or your child is a Gemini or something of that nature. Also too, please note that children does not speak directly to only children in terms of physical children that you've had, but also a child or that type of card. I do see it as something that's very precious to you that requires a lot of your time and effort. So perhaps you own a business, or you have some sort of project or something that you do that is your hobby that is very precious to you, and you put a lot of your time and effort towards it. So interesting to see, but we'll definitely get more on this. Okay. So we have reconciliation, okay, and it says someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay, so this can be speaking to, of course, an ex-partner, somebody that you have been previously involved with, Sagittarius, and we'll see more as to who this potential person could be. And there are 3 more cards, and so I won't take them all. I'm going to still shuffle, but we did have wedding, attraction, and romantic feelings. So some of those words may resonate, but I want to get a more clear message. I'm only going to ask for 1 more card for Sagittarius. Here, give me a second here. Please give me 1 more card for Sagittarius. So I think that this reconciliation will very much have to do with this message that's coming in for you, Sagittarius. And perhaps this is really going to disrupt how things are going. So I do see a sense of travel. We do have the honeymoon card. So it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So perhaps you're going away with somebody, or somebody will be vacationing and you will be meeting them. Perhaps they're coming back to visit or something like that. And you might run into this individual. Okay, and we have flirt. Okay, it says, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay. So definitely there might be some sort of connection rekindled for whatever reason, or this is the way that this person is going to try to attempt to approach you. And then we do have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So for some of you, what I do see is that you have walked away, or you're choosing to walk away from a partnership that no longer serves you. Okay, and some of you have already done this, because this honeymoon card very much does represent also the 6 of Swords, if you will, to me in tarot. So it means essentially that you're leaving behind kind of a disruptive past, if you will, and you're moving into clearer waters. And that's, I'm seeing, might have to do with the separation. So you may have been separated in some way with this individual that is going to be wanting to reconcile with you. Okay. So, and for those of you who are curious, on the bottom it says getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So what I'm seeing here is that definitely there's going to be a lot of expression and a lot of authenticity as well being expressed. And that might be what kind of shakes this up for you, Sagittarius, is because on your side of things as well, maybe you're going to have your opportunity to communicate what it is that you truly felt regarding the situation that may have occurred between you. So, all right, now what we're going to do is pull some cards here for the feminine energy. Then we'll take a look at the masculine energy. So please give me 1 card for Sagittarius. What must Sagittarius know? So we do have here the 5 of Cups, okay? So I do see that for a lot of you, there was some sort of separation that you've experienced either recently or in the past that really brought you a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief, okay? But what I'm seeing is that you are choosing to pretty much change your perspective on what has happened and move forward, okay? And I think that you're understanding that despite anything that could have potentially gone wrong in this connection, you know that how it ended up is how it should have been either way, and that's being present. So then essentially with this man, what happens is when he stops, you know, having grief over the spilt cups, and he gets up and he chooses to finally change his perspective, he's going to see that the 2 of Cups is right behind him, right? So essentially the 2 of Cups, again, speaking to twin flame energy, showing you that what you wanted was right with you all along, but you've spent so much time dwelling on the past that you weren't able to step forward into your future. But what I'm seeing now is that for you, Sagittarius, you've really taken the time and effort to let go of the past and just be open towards what is meant for you. So you've done a lot of healing. Okay, give me 1 more card. Thank you. So we have Queen of Wands, okay? So Sagittarius, I see that for some of you, what this has really done is brought you into a level of self-empowerment, right? Because you've come to learn about your authenticity and who you truly are. And also too, this connection has forced you to transform a lot of things, right? So despite how you may feel about the connection or have animosity towards certain things that have occurred, what I'm seeing is that you've come into your maturity, and the way that you've transformed is by understanding that all of those things, no matter what they were, were only to serve to help you grow and become better and become stronger, right? And that's really the empowerment there. So that's amazing to see. Please give me one more card. Okay, definitely. So like I said, in terms of this communication card here, there's definitely somebody who's coming in. I do feel this is the masculine energy coming towards you, Sagittarius, essentially wanting to communicate, wanting to make some sort of action, manifest something in your life. So there's definitely going to be somebody who's calling for your attention in some way. And please keep in mind too, even if it seems like it's only just a friendly text, you never know what somebody's intention is, because even if somebody makes the intention to reach out, what it means obviously is that they have intention to connect with you. And we also just want to be mindful of who we're connecting with, right? So we do have here the Seven of Cups. So again, the Seven of Cups does speak to that energy of having many options, but not all of them necessarily good. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that maybe in the past and what a previous cycle you may have had is that when this sort of thing happened, you were quick to jump on it because it enticed you and it was exciting. But what I'm seeing is that you're choosing to walk away from pretty much childish things, right? It's a saying that's known that when I became an adept, I put childish things away. So just coming into your sense of maturity where you realize sometimes that you're attracted to certain things simply because of what your mindset is like. But as you mature and as you grow, your mindset changes, right? And that's why you therefore attract different things that are more suitable for you, right? And not suitable as in what other people want, but suitable for what you truly want. That's a true maturity and a true sense of self-mastery. So I see that, Sagittarius, you do definitely have a very attractive energy. And so this is why you attract a lot of people into your life. But I see that you're cutting out this cycle of imbalance where, you may have tried different options or, pursued different things. And now you're coming into that sense of awareness of what is actually your path and what is actually meant for you. Because after the Seven of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups, which is speaking to walking away from what no longer fulfills you and choosing to go towards your desire. And that's beginning the Fool's journey all over again. So what I see here is the Ace of Wands. So definitely in terms of this individual who is approaching you, I just want you to know, Sagittarius, they're very attracted to you. They're going to perhaps even be very sexual. And I do see even on your side of things, it's going to be reciprocated. So you definitely have a high level of attraction towards this individual who's coming your way. And on the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this does speak to skill development. It does speak to even having potential and things of that nature. So I do see that when this person comes through, it could be very much seemingly on the surface be a kind of friendship, right? Like this person may seem to want to rekindle the relationship simply for the means of being friends and things like that. But I do see that they do have a true desire subconsciously, whether they express it or not to you, that's really their intent for wanting to reconnect. So just be aware of that. Yeah, and then we do have the King of Wands here as well. So you could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, okay? But this is really speaking to somebody coming through and being quite relentless, if you will, in terms of connecting with you. So it could be very passionate and it could be very quick, right? Because we have a lot of Wands energy now that I see it. We have the King and Queen of Wands as well. So definitely on your side of things, Sagittarius, you are highly attracted to this individual. So just be wary of that. And then we have the Three of Wands here as well. So this does also speak to that sense of travel as well. So some of you could be meeting somebody who is traveling, or you yourself may be traveling, or going somewhere in general. And this is how this connection is being made, okay? But yeah, definitely it will feel like a reason to celebrate. But I do see that in the past, it did really, this connection that you're making with this person, Sagittarius, whoever they may be, it did cause you to feel heartbreak at one point though. So this is what the challenge may also be. And this is why this person may be coming forward to you in a way that will really seem as again, like a friendly offer or an extension or some sort of reconciliation based off of, making amends and being friends. So it will seem to be very innocent, but just keep in mind that this person does have a high level of attraction towards you. So this could complicate things, right? Because if we're thinking in terms of our vulnerability, or sorry, not our vulnerability is actually the strength that we need to have. But in terms of our passions and our lust and our desires, though those things are good motivators and they serve their purpose as well, we do want to watch that that's not the only reason why we want to connect with somebody, right? We want to ensure that there's deeper levels that you could connect with this person, because eventually a flame can be washed out, right? So we want to ensure that the flame that we're in love with in a person is not, you know, the physical one of their looks and perhaps this person's good in bed and things like that. We really want to focus on what's inside and that fire that burns inside of there, because that's the eternal flame, right? And that's the flame that, you know, we all should be looking inside of ourselves for, to get our life force from, not from external forces, but from inside. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead here. Ooh, look at what's showing up here. Okay, there's a lot of fire. So this is, I just feel a lot of hot, even my body heat right now. Sagittarius, it's like, again, it's about this kind of thing about someone being hot to touch almost. So maybe this person has a hot body temperature, or you might have a hot body temperature a lot, even if it's cold out. You might be one of those people, or something of that nature, or there's just a lot of fire energy, and that's the card that wants to come out. So this person's full intention and where their head's at is they're just going to make action towards you, and they're coming in very quickly. Okay, so just be aware of this. There's just a lot of fire energy in this reading so far. Oh, and my cards. All right, let's see here. So please give me more information. So very much this person, as I mentioned, could be a fire sign as well, just because we do have all of these cards here. Please give me one more card for the masculine energy. Okay, the Tower. So this was what I initially was speaking to. So I do see this information that's coming through very much being about... it's going to be something, sorry, that really shakes up the foundation for you. So it's going to be coming in very quickly, and I think it can throw you off your balance. So maybe you've built up this structure that you don't really have feelings for this person anymore, and that you've learned your lessons and things like that. And what I'm feeling like is that if this connection or if this communication comes through, it is actually going to really set you off your balance and really put you kind of in a strange place after all the work that you've been doing, because I think that there's certain things that may have still been repressed regarding this connection. Okay, or that's just really how it felt for you too, right? Is that when this connection ended, it was definitely like it really shattered your, because again, the Tower can speak to a breakup, right? So what I'm seeing is that again, I'm seeing here right now, essentially there's a saying that's known that pretty much high levels of consciousness cannot be reached without great trauma. So what I'm seeing here is that on the masculine end of things, okay, Sagittarius, on the other side, this person very much experienced like a huge shakeup in their reality when you chose, or when you guys severed your relationship, whether they made you aware of it or not. And what I'm seeing is that they may have viewed you, or they themselves very much went into kind of a victim mode, because this really caught them off guard. And we do have these 2 8s here. So this is kind of speaking to cycles as well. But what I'm seeing is that also on the other side of things, what might happen is that you might actually close yourself off, or not really communicate so clearly how you feel regarding this connection. Because yes, not only are her eyes closed, but I also see that really around where her chest is, her heart chakra, her solar plexus, pretty much what I'm seeing is that the only thing that she really has to use is her voice, but she's not using her voice to call for help or actually say anything. And so instead she just keeps herself stagnant and keeps herself tied up in the situation, because she doesn't, she's too scared to call up for help or communicate clearly what her needs are. So that I'm seeing is kind of on the feminine side right now. And there is the 5 of Cups again. So what I'm seeing is that also this person is wanting to pretty much forget all things that happened in the past and move forward, and, you know, reestablish this 2 of Cups here. So that's the perspective that's changing, right? But they did definitely feel sorrow and grief on their side of things, Sagittarius. So let's see what else we have. Please give me one more card. Okay. There's too many, so I won't take them. Also, too, the Tower does speak to, again, Kundalini awakening, right? Because that's the crown chakra, Saturn. So definitely I see that there was some sort of identity crisis that I think this person also experienced in a way, in terms of your disconnection, because it really felt as though it was like a rejection, right? Because that's also what I see the 5 of Cups as, is rejection. And so that's what this person may have felt by you, because perhaps you were unable, Sagittarius, to actually communicate what you actually felt. Please give me one more card for the masculine. Okay, interesting. The ones that fell upwards, you can't make this up. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands again. So definitely some of you are really connecting with another fire sign, as I mentioned, or this person can have strong fire in their chart. So sun, moon, or rising, okay, or just different placements like that. And my apologies. What I'm seeing here is that this person wants to reconnect with you 100%. They do want to bring together those different forces, because these are those Two of Cups that are found, right? And when you're able to actually come into that twin flame union, that's bringing together the divine feminine and masculine. So we do have this true pair, if you will, right? So it's really showing that this is what this person genuinely thinks, is that you do have a deep connection on a spiritual level, on a mental level, on various levels. Whether or not they express it or have expressed it, this person does feel that they connect very deeply with you, Sagittarius. And that's what they want. And this is also the Sagittarius card, okay? So I think that this time apart has given them a lot of clarity. And I do see, though, that either way, just as much as this breakup disrupted everything, I think that this reconnection is going to kind of disrupt everything, where on your side of things, Sagittarius, you very much have been focused on yourself and doing what you have planned for, you know, for your future and things like that. And you've done your healing to try to release and let go of this individual. And what I'm seeing is that this person has come into deeper sense of clarity from being distant from you, and they're understanding you more. So let's see here more about the dynamic between the two of you. So much fire energy. And we have the King and Queen of Wands twice showing up here. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. This is very much a deep connection on some level. Not some level, this is very much on a spiritual level as well, and an energetic level with this person, Sagittarius. So there's definitely a lot of passion that's shared between the two of you. And I think that's very much actually what clouds it almost, is that there's almost too much passion, and that might be what causes you to close up about this, because it actually causes you to overthink and worry about things, because, you know, when it's so sensational, if you will, right? Because I feel a lot of like feelings and touch and emotion and things that are stirred up because of this person. That's just what they bring out of you, and there's good parts to it and there's bad parts to it, but I see that it causes you to definitely close up. Okay, so you become less communicative when things go wrong. Okay, so the two cards we got, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this does speak to air energy. It could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But either way, what I'm seeing is that this woman here, I do see on your side of things too, Sagittarius, that you have been, you know, perhaps missing this person even, and you may even observe their social media from time to time, or on their end of things, this is what they're doing to you. But definitely there's this sense of, you know, observing and being very much in their thoughts and not actually making the move towards this individual. So it's almost like a sense of reminiscing, that perhaps that's what's making this connection, or has made this connection, stagnant. And what I'm seeing is, even maybe based through social media and observing social media, that this is what provokes this person to come forward and say something to you. So we do have the Three of Swords, which does speak to heartbreak. So perhaps for some of you, the reason why this connection initially ended is because there was some sort of third-party involvement, and it doesn't always have to be another person, but there was some sort of outside source outside of the relationship, not your actual connection towards each other, because you guys have a deep, true connection. That is not to worry about. What has actually happened here is there was some sort of outside force or entity that affected the relationship. That doesn't necessarily mean that the entity is solely to blame, because it's also how much authenticity is shared between two partners, as well as, you know, how they choose to act through it. So that's really what determines the outcome. So I'm seeing that there was some sort of outside source that ended up causing an end or severance to the relationship. Okay. And that might be why it's challenging to accept this person back as well, Sagittarius, because you did feel very heartbroken and grief-stricken over the relationship. So you might not be open to really give your heart to it again. I'm seeing that somehow this person was feeling left out in the cold, if you will. Please give me one more card. Or this is how this person made you feel. Because this man, he's seducing this woman here, right? And that's what I mean. Sometimes with, you know, third-party connections, if you will, and not everybody, this is the case that that was what the reason was. But as I mentioned, it could be some sort of outside part of the relationship. It could be this person's job or your family or something like that that's influencing the relationship and not allowing it to really flourish because you're having to give your time and attention towards that thing. But yeah, what I'm saying is that for those of you who there was some sort of third-party involvement, I do see as well that there was this flirt card. So it could have also just been like, of course, it doesn't always start with, you know, being intimate right away. Oftentimes when people choose to go outside of a partnership, it starts with some sort of communication and things like that. And so maybe there was suspicions or trust issues or whatever it may have been, or just some sort of, like I said, because there is also children here, there's some sort of factor that maybe may have felt you or your partner may have felt left out in some way, shape, or form. And so we have here death and the Hierophant. So what I'm seeing is that essentially what is the intention is that this person wants to end out this previous cycle as if it didn't even occur, not in an ignorant way, but a way of transformation. So in a way that you all learn your lessons from the situation. And then pretty much they would like to offer you higher levels of commitment. And initially when I was shuffling it, that wedding card did come through. So for some of you, this person could be asking to commit with you or move in or, you know, really elevate the relationship into higher levels of connection in terms of, you know, status and things like that. So on the bottom here too, we have the King of Pentacles. So that's what I'm seeing though, is again, there's kind of this reluctance or shyness in terms of opening up to this person. And they could be like very sincere about wanting to restart things. But either way, you might just be very closed off or, you know, not willing to completely open to it just because of what this past experience has taught you. Okay, but we'll get some more cards for advice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull one here from the Angelic Oracle. Please give me one card for Sagittarius. What must Sagittarius know? What guidance do we have for Sagittarius at this time? Okay. So we have Angel of Prayer. Ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance, okay? So definitely I'm seeing that for a lot of you, if you're really confused on the situation and you're not sure if this person's sincere or not, or if it's going to work out or not, you need to go within and have faith in yourself. Know that you're going to make the right decision no matter what comes through. Whether or not this situation works out and you're able to either merge it together and make it come into fruition, or even if you do need to step away from it, whatever the case may be, Sagittarius, you need to be honest with yourself and you need to ask for guidance. And the highest level of guidance that you're going to receive is from asking the cosmos and asking self, right? So meditation would be very beneficial at this time. And I know that sounds kind of redundant, or it sounds, you know, kind of like stereotypical, you know, ask for help and etc. But truly asking yourself for help in terms of trusting and having faith in yourself that you're going to make the right decision, that you know what's best for you. Okay, when you go in for that inner guidance and you become silent and you just ask the question and let your heart speak, then the message will come forth. Okay. An Angel of Self-Worth is also here, okay? So it says, you are currently undervaluing yourself. It is time to regain your self-worth. Exactly. So if you just received this advice and you feel still that you may not have the power to make the best and the most upright decision for yourself, know that that's completely false, okay? So long as you know yourself and you trust and have faith in yourself, you always will make the right decision. It is impossible for you to go off your path. What is meant for you is yours. So the more that you actually align with it and you stop fearing the things that you want, again, that saying is coming up to mind. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. So I do see that there is a lot of fear based around this situation, but you may have an opportunity to actually rekindle and reconnect with this person and make things work, because that is very much what it seems like their intention is. If you do want it to work, then so be it. And if it's meant to be, it will happen, and it's meant to be in your life. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here and now pull one card, from the Moonology deck, and then we'll close out with the Sacred Mysteries to see if there's any practices for you. So please give me one card here for Sagittarius. What must Sagittarius know? Oh. Please give me one card for Sagittarius. Okay, we have 2 cards, so let's see. It says, you are good enough. Okay, so there is this really theme of understanding your self-worth. And also too, though this person may really attract you and things like that, watch that you don't put them on a pedestal as well, right? No one is greater than the other. You are good enough. So just keep that in mind. And the more that you honor the good things in others, and you can look for good things in others, and you do that with yourself as well, and you think about the good characteristics you have, then you increase your self-value, and you also increase other people's self-value and self-worth, right? So then you create this ebb and flow of good energy around you. And so then we have a personal issue reaches resolution. So yes, definitely, if you go in and you ask for that inner guidance, and you just you know, surrender to yourself and listen to what, again, your soul has to say, then you will actually reach that resolution, that insight, that intuitive hit that really indicates to you where you need to go or what next step you need to take. Okay. And on the bottom, it says adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. So for some of you, you can definitely make the situation work with whoever it is that you're connecting with. But there's things that both parties still have to work on in order to make the relationship work. So it's just indicating that, you know, all things are not perfect. No person is perfect. So you may still have things to adjust, and this person may still have things to adjust. But what I'm really seeing is that the biggest factor here is going to be a lack of communication. If you close off and don't communicate clearly, and also too, if you don't listen when this person communicates, then it can cause a lot of issues. So you just want to ensure that just as well as you speak, you also want to ensure that you're also listening, right? That's how you are a great communicator, right? So that's what this person kind of thinks that you may need to work on, and they want to assist you in that. But really the work will be done on your side of things, Sagittarius, right? Communication is key. It's truly a key, and it opens many doors. So let's see here. Ask for one final card. What lessons must Sagittarius learn at this time? What sacred mysteries do we have? Please give me one card. All right, so we have 22 beauty. Okay, so again, this is really speaking about looking for the good qualities, right? Not only in others, but also especially in yourself. And when you see the beauty in yourself, then you can start to see the beauty in the world. And it's not just simply the superficial sense of beauty of, you know, what you see, like even flowers and trees and nature, all of that is beautiful. But beauty can also be an experience, right? Where you feel beautiful and you see what's beautiful in people, you know, in terms of their nature. You know, you see how maybe elegant certain people are, or how kind certain people are, and it makes them very beautiful. So it really changes your perspective on the world around you when you start to look for the beautiful things in everything, including yourself. Okay. And yeah, that for some of you, that's really the practice that you want to look at in terms of getting yourself out of a sense of stagnation, if that's what you've been experiencing. Alrighty, and we're going to now go here and just read for this card to close out this reading. So this is the Sacred Mysteries deck. It's one of my favorite decks, and it comes with this book here. Okay, so we're going to look for 22. So this has a lot to do with Hindu mythology, but more importantly, it does have to do with the different karmic lessons and things of that nature that one must learn in order to ascend. Okay. So we have 22 beauty, and it says the planetary link is Venus. So you may be connecting with somebody with Venus in their chart, but even what I'm feeling as well is that's the energy you want to find within yourself. So Venus does speak to the heart chakra, okay? And how you can elevate or come into your heart chakra is literally by connecting with nature. So heart and earth are the same word. Essentially, one is an anagram for the other. And essentially what this is indicating is that there is a very deep essence and connection between the two. And it's really speaking to kind of that divine feminine energy, if you will. And so what you want to do is go and connect in nature, walking barefoot in the grass, of course, in a safe natural area and things like that, breathing the air, you know, feeling cleansing and using like water from a stream, things like that. It really connects you back with nature and back to source, and you will come out feeling much more healed. But we do have here, so it says the image interprets the incarnation of Venus as the Hindu mythology Shukra, who rides a white horse. As a master of love, he governs qualities of true romance, sensuality, beauty, music, dance, poetry, and other heart-inspired arts. His sword can cut through the trails of the lower three chakras. The waves and clouds point to the depths and heights of consciousness that can be attained if the instructions in the sacred scroll he holds are followed. Okay, so it says opening the heart center inspires you to wake up to seeing and sensing beauty and living your dreams without being distracted by worldly anxieties. Okay, so regardless when this person comes through, or whoever comes through, or whatever may come forward in this month of September, or whenever you receive this message, Sagittarius, please just keep in mind that when you can look for the beauty in all things, when you can try to understand better and be more compassionate and try to expand rather than contract whenever something may not go according to plan, or seems to show up suddenly, the more that you can come into that sense of groundedness in self, the more these situations don't actually harm you, right? They don't actually bring you any misfortune or anything like that. So these are the gifts that we earn from knowing ourselves. So it says here, when the doorway to pure love opens, the path of grace becomes visible and you can better hear the truth of your heart. Life can become easier and more inwardly rich if we in each moment, because your sense of what makes you happy becomes more acute. Romantic notions, heart-filling perceptions, and creature comforts contribute to your world blossoming with more beauty. If this center becomes dominant, your connection with spirit will become more intuitive, and you may sense your divine connection, especially if you meditate. Okay, so there we have it. That's the closing words for you. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for letting me share this reading with you. As always, I learned so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do share this video with anybody that you feel would be helped by it or would resonate with it. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Optimistic_Tarot. For more information regarding personal readings, you can check in the description below. And until I see you all again, I look forward to it, but I am wishing you the best of luck with the situation. Please have faith in yourself and know that you will be making the right choice regardless of what comes through. And I have total faith in you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much and take care.